Hello my bookish friends. Today I am doing a start of year book tag. This tag was created by Larry Reads and I will link their channel down below. So I just thought it'd be a fun way to start the year, get back into filming these videos and just for you guys to get to know me a little bit more too. So let me pull up the questions. I have them all saved on my phone and I will add them to the description as well, so that if you want to do this video as well, I tag you. And let's get cozy and get into it. So question number one is, how many books are you planning on reading in 2025? This year I have set myself a challenge of 100 books. I would ideally like to go over that. I just wanted to have 100 as a nice benchmark that's sort of 2 per week, and not put too much pressure on myself to read a crap ton, and make sure that I'm really enjoying the books that I'm reading. I really want to focus on making sure that I'm loving what I'm reading and I'm not slogging through things, but also taking the time to read some of those more dense and thicker books as well that really scare me. So they've got a couple of series on my TBR that I really want to read, but they're so big that they're very daunting. Like the whole Brandon Sanderson Cosme, I want to read that entire universe, but those books are massive and so daunting, and they're thick books. So we'll see how I go with this challenge. But yeah, that's what I've got. Question number 2. A book you are likely to reread this year. I mean, I have already started a couple of rereads this year. I'm rereading I've just finished the second book and now rereading the third book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series by Kerry Maniscalco, because I haven't read the novella and the fourth book, so I'm rereading those to then finish out the series and then finally knock that off my TBR once and for all. But I really want to reread the Harry Potter series this year. I haven't reread the entire series in such a long time, like maybe over a decade since I've read them all. I've reread the first, I think, 3 a few times, and then I sort of like fizzle out and get sidetracked with other books. But I really want to do a book and movie sort of marathon this year. So that's my aim, for maybe once a month sitting down with the book and the movie and rereading those. I don't really know of any other ones that are on my mind at the moment that I really want to reread a lot. Maybe next year, when the next book in the series is coming out, I might reread the previous one or something. But like Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, I've only read them recently, so I don't want to reread them before Onyx Storm, but maybe next year I'll reread Onyx Storm just to refresh my memory. An Ember in the Ashes. I do want to reread that one because I finished the first book but never completed the series. So, and I mean, when I finished that, it was, I don't know how many years ago. So I've got no idea what happened. So I definitely want to reread that one before I continue on with the rest of the series. But apart from that, I don't know. Number 3, a priority read for your 2025 TBR. I have discussed my 25 in 2025 backlist books. So all of those are really my priorities. I definitely want to read the other series by Kerry Maniscalco. Was it the Kingdom of Wicked? Or, yeah. I think that's, and the Throne of Secrets. I think they're 2 different series. I love her Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and I can't believe that I haven't read the other series that she's written. So they are definitely high on my priority list. other things I really want to get to is the Parasol Protectorate series by Gail Carriger. I read Changeless, which is the first one in that series, so I guess that's another reread I'll be doing. But absolutely loved it and devoured it and loved the writing, so I really want to get back into that world and back into that series. Okay, number 4, an author you won't be reading more books from this year. I don't really have any that I won't be reading more from. I haven't had any authors so far that I've really not enjoyed their books to the point of I won't ever pick up another book by them again. So at this stage I don't have any. That doesn't mean to say there might be some that I read this year that would then fall into that, but that's probably just because I don't particularly enjoy that writing style or something like that. I don't know, but at the moment I don't have any. Number 5, something new you want to read, new genres or tropes. I mean, where do I begin? I used to really love historical fiction. I haven't read a lot of that recently, so I'd like to get back into reading historical fiction. Definitely starting to read a lot more new adult and adult books, mainly because I've gotten older, so definitely trying to age up my reading, but I still want to make sure that I'm going back and reading all the YA books that I have on my TBR list because I own them, I want to read them. Yeah, I think adding a bit more like age appropriate stuff, so that new adult sort of age bracket. Number 6, a popular book you want to read. There's so many. I want to read Onyx Storm, obviously, that's one coming out very soon. There's a lot of popular books that I haven't read that I want to go back and read, and they're on my 25 in 2025. Like, I've never read the Divergent series, so I do want to go back and reread those, or not reread, I want to go back and read those. So yeah, I guess some of them. Number 7, most anticipated 2025 book release. I have a whole list, and I'm honestly drawing a blank right now at what any of them are. I've got a few that are on my anticipated releases, but I haven't read the first one yet, so I don't really want to say them. So I guess Onyx Storm, but I think that's more, I'm just hoping Onyx Storm is on par with Fourth Wing, because Iron Flame was so rushed to be released, but now Onyx Storm has had a decent amount of time to be fully edited and everything before being released. I just hope it comes back up to Fourth Wing standard. Okay, number 8, a bookish goal for 2025. Mostly I just want to get a bit more consistent with reviewing my books. I have a goal that I want to at least do an Instagram story for every book that I read and just have a little synopsis and review of them all there, just so I can have it recorded. Yeah, that's just a little goal of mine, but also being more consistent with posting videos and everything like that and sharing my love of books. Number 9, a book that's been on your TBR that you probably won't ever read. I mean, there are a few. I have a couple of like autobiographies and stuff like that that I will never read. Actually, there's one that I can think of. I just can't think of who it's by. But I've got an absolutely gigantic book called The Great War. I don't know why I ever thought it was a good idea to buy this book, because it is not something I'm interested in at all. I think I got it when I was a teenager and just wanted so desperately to sort of fit in and show that I was like a all-rounded reader. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's not something I'm ever going to read. I don't know why it's still on my TBR. Like, it's still on my bookshelf. It's not actually on my TBR. I wouldn't call it on my TBR. It's on my bookshelf though. But I also have a hard time parting with books, so it's there for now. Number 10, a series you want to read this year. So many series. I am going to be reading the Zodiac Academy series. I am planning on doing a reading vlog / maybe probably a couple reading vlogs as I go through that world. So I cannot wait for that because I've heard so many good things about that series. Number 11, your auto buy authors going into 2025. I have already mentioned some of them, but Kerry Maniscalco, though I don't know if she's actually releasing any this year. Surely she is. And who else? Jennifer L. Armentrout, Carissa Broadbent, just to name a few. I don't really know. Again, there's quite a few on this list that I really need to catch up on their books and everything, but yeah, there's quite a few on that list. Where am I up to? Number 12, a book to show adaptation that you're excited for this year. I honestly really don't know. I don't know what's getting adapted anymore. I don't really look at that as much. So I've got no idea what's coming out this year. And a lot of what's out, I probably haven't even read the books yet, so I need to go back and read them. Okay, number 13, a sequel you're anticipating. Well, I'm about to start When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker, I think it is. So I know the sequel to that is coming out this year as well. So I've only heard amazing things about that book and I cannot wait to read it. And I'm pretty excited that then it won't be too long before I can read the second one. It's the thing I hate about reading series is I hate waiting. But then it's like, I remember back as a kid when the Harry Potter books were coming out and it was so exciting having to wait and you finally get the next one. Now I'm like, I hate it. I'd rather just wait for the entire series to be out and then start the series then. But then I get FOMO as well. Okay, number 14, bookish things you're leaving in 2024. Pressure. I'm leaving the pressure and the self-expectations behind. It's not even that I think that other people put expectations on me, it's I know I put them on myself and then I stress myself out and then I break down and can't do it. I'm just leaving all that behind. I want to enjoy 2025. And this is going for my personal, like my outside of Booktube life and reading world as well. I want to take that pressure off myself. Number 15, what to expect from this account. So I'm planning on doing reading vlogs, my reading journal, my bullet journals as well. So getting a mix of all the things book and journaling related and just having lots of fun with it. So yeah. Okay, number 16. How has your reading taste evolved from last year? I don't think it's really evolved so much from last year, just because last year I was refining my love of reading again. So it's been pretty consistent for that portion of last year and into this year. But it's definitely matured a lot since I was last sort of doing and trying to do videos. But that's also because I've matured. But I think also that I know what I like. I like reading fantasy, I like romantasy. So just trying to stick to those genres a bit more. the romance, historical fiction sort of settings, like that era with the romance. I love those books. And not putting pressure to read just because something's popular, I guess. Number 17, Booktube creators that inspires you. Well, this list could go on for ages, but people like Emmy Reads, Tori, is it Tori Between the Pages? I think that's so wrong. Becca and the Books, people like that that have doing really well. I definitely aspire to be like that, and just the vibe that they have in their videos, they're so chilled and relaxed, and you're just enjoying the time with them and you're going on an adventure with them. That's what I would like my videos to be like, so that's the aim. And then last question is number 18, something you want to say to anyone to start a Bookish account, which I feel like I'm not really in the position to give advice because I've only just started doing videos. So I think I cracked 10 subscribers at the time of making this. So advice to myself is just keep going. Don't put pressure on it. Just do it because you absolutely love it and you have so much fun making these videos that's enough. If one person watches these videos or if 1,000 people watch these videos, it's truly because I love making bookish content and I love making these videos. And that's a good enough reason for me to do it. So that is it for the questions. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, it was alright. And I will see you all next time. Please like and subscribe if you wish, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!